Building with no code, mostly it's all about building on a budget. It's all about launching your MVP, your, simple, lovable product on a budget in a way that it doesn't choke you, in a way that it doesn't, kill you, that you can try so many things without spending all the money you've got. So on this video, I'm going to show you the easiest way to launch your MVP without breaking the bank. So what's the easiest way to launch your MVP with no code without breaking the bank? So if you look at my screen right now, you would see Lovable. Lovable has been breaking the charts, everybody is trying to use Lovable. Everybody's kind of trying to launch with Lovable. If you look at this, you can look at this chart. You can keep clicking on see more. It's so unending. Lots of people are trying to build everything and anything with Lovable. So I would say that the first way I would say you should launch your MVP wouldn't be Lovable, really. I'll tell you why. Because Lovable is very easy to get started with, but it's difficult to continue. It's very difficult to debug because you're asking this guy called an agent question. You're asking questions over and over and over again. But one thing I've seen is that it gets to a point where it's so difficult to continue building. It's difficult to continue building. It's difficult to continue shipping, especially if you have no experience at all building with code, or you really don't have underlying experience of how these things should work. Right. So even if Lovable is cheap, it's very affordable. I really advise you to begin building with Lovable right now. If cost is a thing for you, I would say, try another tool that has a combination of AI and drag and drop. Right. That's the kind of tool I will ask you to try, not straight up Lovable that gives you no drag and drop leverage, not a tool like Lovable that gives you nothing to work with except just your ability to pump a question in there and it creates it. See how easy it is to get started with Lovable. Create a landing page for a recipe, based mobile application. It's going to create it. So if you want to use Lovable for things like landing page, you're going to create it. But don't forget that when you're launching a business, you do require to have, you're going to have things like a blog. You're going to have things like, CMS. You want to have things like that is so easy for you to change. Optimization is on point. XCO is on point. Those are things you want to consider before doing all of this. While we wait for this to build, this is the way I would say, the first tool that I would say choose. Because when you're launching your mobile application, when you're launching your product, you really want to build a landing page first. So I would say if you want to launch on a budget, use Carrd. Carrd is good when it comes to XCO. It is very, very affordable. I think it's about $19 a year. It's very affordable and you can build as many landing page in here as possible. So use Carrd for your website, and then for your blog, use Notion. Notion.xo. Use Notion for your blog. It solves the majority of the problem that you ever have. Notion pages are now indexable, so you can use Notion as your blog, while you use Carrd as your website. So now when it comes to launching your product, I would say that you should choose Adalo. Yes, I'm a Flutterflow guy. I'm not trying to talk down on Flutterflow. I love Flutterflow. I use Flutterflow. But what I'm saying is that if you want to launch your application on a budget, I would say use Adalo. Adalo gives you majority of the things you will need. And you don't really have to, fret so much. You don't really have to learn so much. The learning curve is not, up there. It's easy to learn. It's easy to get started with, and you can publish a single app on the App Store without killing yourself. right? You can get started with Adalo. Probably you hire a consultant here and there to put you through a few things. That's basically what I do. I help people. I consult for people who are getting started with, most of these are no-code tools and who want to launch, products into the market. So probably you hire someone maybe for 1 hour or 2 hours, they put you through a few things and help you understand the advanced part of the tool, but you go ahead and build everything else yourself. So Adalo for me, $45 a month. It comes with database, comes with everything that you might need. You are able to connect to third-party tools. So you don't really have to worry about DB. You don't have to worry about logic. You don't have to worry about any other cost, and you'll be able to deploy on the web. You'll be able to deploy on mobile simply by using Adalo at 45. Right? Flutterflow is awesome. They recently brought down their price, which is a good thing. But don't forget, you really have to learn if you're just getting started. And you have to think of database. If you're using Supabase as your database, you have to pay for Adalo separately. You have to think of database separately, and then you begin to merge both of them together. That's a luxury that you might not really have if you're getting started with you just want to put the product out there into the store, right? And another thing that I think is awesome about Adalo is migrating a bit towards internal application. So if internal application is your thing, you're trying to create internal application to run your business, I would say stick with Adalo, or you follow this other guy called Softer. Awesome. I love Softer. It's very easy to get started with, and it's very easy to use. So they have this basic plan for $49, very close to the cost of building with Adalo. So if internal tool is your thing for you, then you want to go with Softer, right? Because it provides most of the things that you will need. But if you do not have money or whatsoever, money is a big factor for you. Ease is not so. Ease is a factor. Money is a big factor for you. Then you can just go with Notion. I run my business personally on Notion, my database, everything right here on Notion. So I think you should go with Notion if money is a thing for you. But for me, I think to launch your business on a budget that other persons can use, I would say go with Adalo. And if it's a CRM or if it's an internal tool, I would say go with Softer. And if you just want to play around, I would say go with Lovable. You can say, this is Lovable. See what it created for me. Very beautiful, very nice. Let's hide the sidebar so you see how it looks like. Discover delicious recipe. You can see it's very, very cool. So the problem is never with landing pages. The problem is building full-fledged application with Lovable. And I think that it's going to get there in the future. But right now, it's not really there because you have to think of security. Security is something that no-code tools give you that Lovable does not really give you right off the bat. Even though they now provide security audit, but I would say that security, making continuous changes and iteration is something that Lovable doesn't really give you. But all the same, I'm sure you've gotten value from this video. You should learn where to start on a budget, and you should be able to get started building that dream of yours and building the product that you like into the market. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate you. There's some useful link down there. If you're stuck, you need somebody to talk to. If you're stuck, you need somebody to get you on stock, and you need to, move your business forward, your no-code app, your no-code web application forward. Feel free to reach out to me using the link below, and I'll definitely do well to help you get past that hurdle. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to use the link below. Bye.